good?
Hey, Gabby, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Doing wonderful today. It's great. It's a hot
It's
Kentucky day.
beautiful out there. What is the temperature like out there right now?
It's 95 right now. Feels like 101, I say.
Gross. I hate
Yeah.
that.
Me too.
I can't even do like a little bit of humidity because first of all, my hair goes out to here, and then like I just start sweating profusely, and I can't be too cold and I can't be too hot.
My hair gets all frizzy too, both of them. So, you know, it's
All two of them. Thank you so much for joining me for our Meet the TMC Team segment. Really excited to have you on.
you're welcome. I'm glad to do it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's do it. What was your first job ever?
So there were actually two jobs at the same time. I guess my very first job I ever had to get paid for was mowing lawns when I had 5 lawn jobs growing up. You know. But my first actual job, there were 2 of them. After school, I worked at a Howard Johnson's Motor Lodge, which I think are all out of business now. And in the summertime, I kept that job at night, and during the day worked on a survey crew where we staked lots to build houses. And I was a surveyor and a bellboy.
So if that was your first job ever, how did you get into the mortgage industry?
Well, basically my whole family, the lineage is the mortgage business in some way. My grandfather built homes for 30 years here in Louisville. My dad worked with him for a while and then got in the title insurance business. I got into banking after I left the University of Kentucky as a bank teller. Wanted to get in the mortgage side and just happened to be in the right place at the right time and was asked to join a company called American Fletcher Mortgage Company out of Indianapolis that had an office here in Louisville. I wanted to be in the same business as my father.
And you are. How did you go from that banking job up into, now working with TMC?
Oh my gosh. So it'd take forever to tell you, but I guess the main, this is my 44th year in banking. I was always around the best people, not always by choice sometimes, but I mean, it just happened to be, I always was surrounded with people who both took an interest in me and me in them, and learned how to develop relationships from my father's leadership. That's what he always told me, that people do business with people I can trust. And so I kind of took that, was around a group of guys I originated loans with in the early 90s. And they said, hey, let's go out and start our own company. Would you be our managing partner? I said, sure. I don't know what that means. Well, let's go do it. 3 companies later, and getting involved in the Mortgage Bankers Association, locally, state, and then national, put me in contact with John, Jim, and Gary. And those relationships have been there for 15, 18 years.
I love the pictures that you sent me when we were doing our happy birthday to TMC for our 7-year birthday of like, this was the meeting. This is the picture that of, all of us gathering together. So that made me happy.
Yeah, it's just great. We just got together, you just get together and have an idea, and, you give credit where credit is due. The idea for the collaborative was Jim and Gary's, and asked me to come in. It was at the NBA meeting in New York in secondary, and all the pieces weren't there. And I said, we need to go get John Robbins to fill this out for everything, for conceptually what we wanted it. So it all came together really nice.
And now we're here.
Now we're here.
What's one thing that you wish that you knew when you first began your career? You could go back and tell yourself, give your younger self some advice. What would you tell yourself?
Be more patient, that the business is cyclical. I had no idea how cyclical it really is, and it is. People who are in the business now for the last 12, 15 years don't know what high interest rates are. When I started, they were literally at 18.5%. And all we had was FHA and VA loans. So, I mean, I've been through, the highs and the lows, and hopefully it'll never get back there again. To answer your question, to have more patience.
Do you think that you would listen to that advice at that point, or are you better? Are you more patient?
Knowing what I know today, absolutely.
I think about that a lot. What would I tell myself? I mean, I know my career only really just started, but I'm like trying to take notes of where I'm at now, so I have some good things to compare when I've been working in the industry for 40 something years.
I didn't come up with it, but the grass is not greener on the other side.
It never is. You got to water the grass if you want it to be greener. What was cool when you were young but isn't cool now?
Okay, so 2 things. In the 60s, when I was growing up, small, it was a cool thing to play Army and have the Army outfits and the machine guns and go outside, and it's not cool now. The 70s, collars out to here and bell-bottom pants and flowered shirt, thank God, are no longer in style.
Note to David, don't send me a picture of yourself wearing the classic 70s style after our interview if you don't want me to use it. Bell-bottom pants, I'm pretty sure are coming back, but I don't know about if the collars out to here will ever. Those can stay away, in my personal opinion.
I'm pretty sure bell-bottoms are not coming back at the Kittle estate, so I'll tell you that.
That's cyclical. If you want to talk about something that's cyclical, that's the fashion industry. Thank you so much for, hopping on and talking with me a little bit about your career and, giving me some advice as a new mortgage industry person and for answering my questions. And I'm looking forward to the next time I get to talk with you, which will be like tomorrow during one of our team meetings.
This was fun. Thanks for calling me and asking me to do this, Gabby. Remember patience.
Patience. I got it. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.